All right.
3, 2, 1, play.
Well, let me do it because I'm clicking it.
I just want to say it for once.
2, 1, click.
7825, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the long dick of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs.
Make him away, Ty.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we talk about what's outraging the internet, and then we let you be the judge, we let you be the jury, we let you be the executioner, too, in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo, Chicago, I'm Officer Kevin.
And I am Officer Kant.
Let's give a thank you to our guest from last week, Derek Acosta from Mega 64. Hell yes. What a thrill. Thank you, Derek. That was fun, right?
Yeah.
I agree. Hey, we got a new guest this time to the Thought Cops family, because when you're here, you're family. Everybody knows that. We got Chicago comedian Martin Felshman. What's up, Martin?
Hey, I'm doing great. Great to see you guys.
Hell yes. Hell yes. So, Martin, like I said, you're a comic here in the city of Chicago, or I'm sorry, Neo Chicago. And you do a podcast that I've been on, and a co-host of yours who's been on this show called Podzooky.
That's right. Yeah, it's well. Oh my God! Do I get applause for everything? This is awesome.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
When you leave here, we're going to follow you around and just applaud for you.
Finally, it's all I've ever wanted.
So you want to give like a quick synopsis for anybody who missed the or was avoiding the episode because Brandon Kirkman was on it? I don't know.
Or for new listeners that are, entergaged in our content.
That's right.
Of course. It's called Podzooky, and basically we watch a different kaiju movie every week, and we talk about it. Podzooky is obviously a play off of podcast and then Godzilla's son, Godzooky, and it's just
Little scamp.
Kaiju films are terrible, so there's just a lot to talk about.
And there's so many.
There are so many.
I know. What was the one we watched?
I don't even remember.
The Magnificent Terran or something like that?
That sounds right.
Terrible.
I'll be honest. Every episode is kind of melded together in my mind as one long, terrible, purgatory.
Yes.
One long, terrible purgatory.
I do have to say, though, sometimes you guys do stretch the definition of what a kaiju is.
Oh, we definitely do.
Because I know you watched that movie, then I think a week or two later, you guys were watching The Pest, starring John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo is a kaiju, and if you've ever seen The Pest, you would agree with that.
Check it out, The Pest.
Don't watch The Pest.
Check it out, Podzooky.
Thank you.
Where can we find that?
Well, we're hosted on Machine Culture, which is a podcast collective, or you can find us on iTunes. Just look up Podzooky. You'll find a Godzooky fan page and then us.
Google is your friend, and that's search result number 2.
Hell yeah.
So you've been hosting a mic in the city for a while, the Cupcake Comedy Cabaret.
That's right. Every Thursday, it's nice. We have an open mic, and then we have a showcase directly afterwards. I went to culinary school, so I bake cupcakes for it each and every week.
That's
so
true.
You get to come, have a nice time at a show, have some free cupcakes.
I didn't know that that's why that was called that.
People are surprised every time, and it's not just called the Cupcake Comedy Cabaret because we love alliteration. I spent a lot of money in culinary school, and I need to make it seem like it wasn't worthless.
And that's why we're all here doing comedy.
Not today. I'm sorry.
And that's Niko in the background. What's up?
Without a mic, just randomly
asking for food from our guests. All right, we got some.
Dude, I got fucking problems, man. I got some shit. I got some fucking shit to take care of. So, it's what day is this? We're recording July 3rd. Mm-hmm. Pride Month is over, unfortunately. Like people say, Pride Month's over and all the brands stop caring about, about LGBT people. they also stopped caring about the gamers because now when I look outside my window, there's no more Mortal Kombat billboard.
That's right.
They took it down the day after Pride Month ended. I got a real fucking beef before potatoes with these fucking out front prime. These fucking idiots. These mouth-breathing idiot moron dullards.
That Mortal Kombat 11 billboard was an absolute staple of the show. And
rest in peace, Mortal Kombat.
They took it down on my fucking birthday.
Even worse.
Okay, you gotta talk into the mic.
Oh, okay. Even worse is, and I can't believe Kevin didn't tell me about this. There was like by our house, like what was it? It was like a graffiti of like gangster Peter Griffin and gangster Stewie Griffin. And he didn't tell me until it was already gone. I would have made that pilgrimage there. And now it's some fucking gay ass American flag. Like, fuck that. Like, what did that flag ever do for me? Gangster Peter Griffin, gangster Stewie Griffin has saved my fucking life.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Jesus
All right,
Christ.
so that's my beef before potatoes for this week. Do we have any housekeeping or anything?
Buy our t-shirts. Teespring.com. Google the
search
2 words
Cops.
Thought Cops and you'll find our page. We got t-shirts, we got mugs, we got hoodies. It's never too hot for a hoodie, especially if it's one of ours. On that note,
Jesus Christ.
let's get right to it. Let's go to that very favorite, very famous segment of the show, 2 Minutes of Hate.
It's both.
It's both at the same time. 2 Minutes of Hate, we like to blanket punish any annoying trends, any annoying people, anything that bothers us on the internet.
Anything at all.
Anything at all. So, this is a little bit of therapy now. That's what we're all here for, to let out some of our unjustified rage. So I'll begin. My 2 minutes of hate this week is smol culture. That's right. You may have noticed I said the word small wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's spelled like
I noticed that, yeah.
SMOL.
I heard you spelling it out. Yeah.
Smol culture. So this is for people who, I guess they're small, but they say it dumb.
Niko is falling out of chairs to come yell into.
People who describe themselves as small are always big, fat, Oompa Loompa bitches. Like, they're like the opposite of small. Like, it's like, who are you fucking kidding?
I wanted to go on another definition and say small pupper, small burb.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, relatively harmless in the grand scheme of things, but
so are all of the 2 minutes of hate. Okay.
I'm very irritable and I have no other outlet for this. So smol culture.
What do you plan to do about the smol culture?
I'm going to get one of those science rays and shoot them and make them giant.
You're going to turn it to a W for Wumbo?
Yeah, I'm going to flip it upside down. Wumbo, you got big. And what's the word for big in baby talk?
Hooge.
Hooge culture. That'll be next week.
Huge.
No, that's Donald Trump talk.
No, it's like Chungus.
It is Chungus.
If you call yourself small, I'm going to turn you into a big Chungus.
Oh boy, that's some spicy meme culture right there.
So that's mine. Martin, you got anything you want to get off your chest?
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm not the most angry about it. I'm more very disappointed.
2 minutes of disappointment is totally fine.
Fantastic.
You could call this show the 1 hour of disappointment.
Oh!
I wouldn't say that. I'm having a great time so far.
So far.
Okay, yeah, well, that could change.
We'll see.
I was really looking forward to the new Pokemon games until I saw more about them, and then until eventually we learned that not every Pokemon is going to be transferable up. So the way that I've always played Pokemon is I love going through the story, I love collecting new Pokemon and building a new party, but then post-game, I love making a living dex. I love collecting one of every Pokemon, at least. So then if I meet someone else who's like, oh, I've really been looking for this Pokemon, I like to trade with them. I like to have that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this next game isn't going to offer that to me because I can't have every Pokemon in it. I'm not even going to bother because it's specifically the way that I play. I'm not saying other people shouldn't be excited for this or excited to get this game, but I guess it's also just the straw that broke the camel's back is a long thing of things that Game Freak has done to just make the series less for someone like me. It's a lot of a casual experience.
Like Dynamaxing, take it easy on this chair that's over here.
So a lot of people online are obviously very upset about this. I think somebody left a voicemail recently on our show. You can do that yourself at 312-788-7361.
Good plug.
Yeah. Hey, listen to Thought Cops. It's funny.
You can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play,
Spotify. Follow us on Spotify and YouTube. And twitch.tv/thoughtcops. But I digress.
Patreon.com/thoughtcops.
Martin, you were telling us earlier that there's a name for this movement, that people are so upset that all your pocket monsters can't be in one single game card. What was it called?
In one pocket.
Oh, yeah. They're referring to it as Dexit.
Dexit.
I guess they can't be in the pocket anymore anyway because the Switch is kind of big. Unless you got real big pockets. Like you got Jinko pockets, then it'll fit.
Jinko pockets, cargo short pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the official pant of the gamer.
I'm pretty bummed out because I did, a couple of years ago, I did download the Pokemon Bank, and I did start to download some of the old games, and I started collecting some of them. I spent a long time trying to figure out, the Mew trick from first
from
gen.
Red and Blue, yeah.
Yeah, and then, but you can't transfer it into the bank because they know that it's a
hack
one.
thing,
so
yeah.
you have to go through and do this whole process to make sure that the number lines up or some shit. I told one guy that I'm friends with about that, and that people are pissed off that you no longer have the bank, and he's like, better for me because I haven't been playing those games, so it's like, yeah, what?
I mean, there are always going to be people who are like, well, this isn't a problem for me, so it shouldn't be a problem for you. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be a problem for you, but like for everyone else, we're allowed to feel this way.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Yeah.
So did you know that
Did you know?
Yeah, did you know gaming?
Oh, man.
That they're just recycling the animations from the 3DS games?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, the whole reason... it was a quote from like 4 years ago, I think. They talked about the time and effort they put into making the animations for Sun and Moon so they could future-proof the series. And then that's like not a thing. And here's the thing. Up until maybe a week ago, I was starting to care less about it, but then Game Freak put out like their official statement that was like, hey, we hear all of the fans talking about this. We just do not care. Maybe these Pokemon will be in a future game. We know you're still going to buy it, you fucking weeb. I added that because I know they were speaking directly to me.
Yeah, it was in Japanese, and that is a rough translation, but the thought was there.
Yeah.
What is going on behind me right now?
I'm moving shit so I can say.
All of my guns.
Yeah.
All of my plastic toy guns. Stop shooting me, please. It is. I mean, one of the main things about Pokemon is that it's a collection game. You know, it's a. That's why. However many people know this. I believe the creator is on the spectrum, on the autism spectrum, and he, when he was younger, when he was younger, he used to like go out and collect bugs and stuff like that. So his primary thing with that is like, you just do a bunch of monsters and you go around, you just catch all of them,
Yep.
And now we can't catch all of them anymore.
No, you can't. And like they're still going to try to milk people's nostalgia for the series. Like every Kanto Pokemon is going to be there, everything from the first generation, but I mean, what the fuck's going to happen to Garbodor? Like, that's someone's favorite Pokemon. That's not coming in there.
I don't even know what that is.
Who will think of the Garbodors?
It's a big bag of trash. It's honestly, I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I really liked Black and White.
Me too.
I mean, I was doing that playthrough of Conker's Bad Fur Day, and one of the bosses is a giant piece of shit.
Hell yeah. Everyone loves the Great Mighty Pooh.
Yeah.
He'll fling his poo at you. So before we continue to alienate half our fan base, Martin, what's your punishment? If you could just sock it to him.
I don't know. I feel like Game Freak doesn't want to do Pokemon anymore, or if maybe they just want to focus on other projects. I don't want to punish them. I want them to create the games they want to create, because like The Town, which is an RPG that's coming from them, that looks good, but I also just don't want to buy it because it feels like I know they're working hard on Pokemon, but I also know there are many reasons why I'm like not super happy with it, but I also understand it. I just don't like the way that they approach the fans about it.
Yeah. Disrespectful.
I don't have a punishment for them. Just keep living your best life.
I got one. Fix it. Fix Dexit. Open borders. I want Kanto. I want Sinnoh. I want Johto. All here in the Galadar, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that's close.
Galadar, England.
I think it's Scotland.
Officer Kevin comes out as a radical pokeolist.
I'm a globalist because the Pokeball is round just like the globe, baby. Get on in.
Says you.
Grant.
Yeah. My 2 minutes I hate this week is the fucking stupid bottle cap challenge.
What? I keep seeing people talk about this.
Andrew Yang did it.
Oh, Andrew Yang did it? I definitely hate it now. I don't care. Let me go on the. I don't care who that offends. Oh, you offended. Oh, you offended. You think gold is real. You offended. You think that Andrew Yang is going to win the presidency. Oh, you offended. It's stupid. It's not entertaining. There's nothing entertaining about.
I still don't know what it is.
It's so. Is there a bottle in this room? Somebody grab that.
No.
That's.
I'm not gonna do it. There's no space to do it over here.
Good.
So the bottle right here, for a screw top bottle like this, somebody sort of props it up a little, and then in what I'm assuming takes hours worth of time, people kick at the bottle like a spinning back kick so that the top comes up and off into the air. That's it. It's been recreated millions of times.
It sucks. What?
We're running out of ideas.
Everyone's done a version of it.
We gotta do one, man.
I'm gonna...
Nikki, you drink the rest of that Calpico, that 3-liter bottle of Calpico, and then we'll take turns roundhouse kicking it for 5 hours.
But there's funny variations on the bottle cap challenge. Like, check this out. Sometimes they don't kick the lid off. Sometimes they just kick the bottle and it falls over.
That is funny. I spent $400 at I.O. I know what comedy is.
Yeah, for a conservatory, you have to kick over a bottle, but it's got to be funny.
There's another one. A Mexican abuelita throws her chancla at the bottle.
What's
it
that?
Actually was really... You don't... Racist!
I'm trying to learn!
It's like a sandal.
Oh.
And she hits her children with it. It's a fun little play on child abuse.
It's culture.
It's culture, okay?
Oh, man.
Porque no los dos.
I mean, so this sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anybody that does the bottle cap challenge where they spinning kick a lid off of a cap off of a bottle, as it were, I get to spinning back kick your face.
Right off your neck.
Right off your neck. I'm going the same route. I'm feeling like fighting some people. Last week it was toddlers.
I was going to say, some anger on the last few episodes out of you.
There's going to be a trifecta of 2 minutes of hate that I go through where I just, I'm going to beat the shit out of everybody. And that's my right as a police American, and as a cop American.
For anybody who only listens and has never seen a picture of Grant, he's quite a large man. So... watch out.
I don't know how to feel about that statement.
I mean, I feel like it's accurate. I'd only ever heard you speak, and then when I met you just walking into this room, I was like, wow, this guy's big.
Yeah, I've actually had a number of people who have commented. They're like, I didn't think Grant would be so big. He's beefy.
I wish people would, I wish the ladies would tell me that a little more often, if you know what I mean.
Nope, just the
guys.
Just the fellas who call into thought cops.
Just us boys.
That's right.
Asking me about my calves.
Isn't that right, Niko?
People won't stop asking me about my calves.
Yeah. I don't, women don't care about how men look like. We just compliment each other's appearances. Like, bitch, your titties look amazing. Like, we don't care about men, what they look like.
Zwig, I'm so sorry. I don't think a single word of that picked up on mic.
And the reason why is because she's not leaning in. She's too busy playing Rayman Legends on her Nintendo Switch to bother leaning forward to speak a little more clearly into the mic.
Rayman Legends is a really good game.
It is.
Rayman Legends. Check
She
it out.
leaned in to defend Rayman Legends, but now she's sitting back in the chair.
Anyway, so if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often very unusual punishment.
Can we rip the Band-Aid off and talk about Colin Kaepernick?
Ouch!
That way we don't have to talk about it later. It's not on my mind.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's get this over and get this fucking show over with.
So Nike, it's the 3rd of July. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. Nike comes out with these pair of shoes.
Now, these will be sold out by the time this episode comes out.
These will not be selling anywhere.
Oh,
that's yeah. Just the best research for this show. These shoes are the Betsy who made the flag. Betsy DeVos.
Ross.
Betsy Ross.
Not that one.
Not Betsy DeVos. She didn't make the flag.
Thought, yeah.
She doesn't do anything good for this country.
And this is good.
Yeah, this is good.
Original flag looks cool.
This is Grant, go ahead and tell me what it is.
So it's a regular American flag, but one of the stripes is blue. No, it's not. It's from the 13 colonies. Betsy Ross made the circular star design, and George Lucas, I think, was our first president. He said, "Yeah, this is fine." Well,
George Romero.
George Romero, everybody.
Why are they weighing in on this?
So Nike, who?
George Romero and George Lucas.
So Nike goes to release these shoes, and Colin Kaepernick says, "Don't release these shoes; they're racist." And then Nike doesn't release the shoes, and the internet goes fucking insane.
All right.
So this has been another episode of Thought Cops.
Thanks for listening.
Martin, would you wear these shoes? Think about your answer.
I don't really think they're my style.
Yeah.
For reference, Martin is wearing a t-shirt with Hank Hill on it, and it says cocaine.
No, it says cocaine and cocaine accessories.
Oh, I didn't even notice. That's so good.
His nose is bleeding.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, dude, mood.
You don't think that these shoes would match that at all?
No, I feel like cocaine wasn't around back then. Was it? I don't know science.
King of the Hill wasn't. I know that much.
I'll tell you what. I didn't care about this country till King of the Hill came around.
Same. Tell you what?
I'll tell you what.
So we just punish him right away, get this over and done with?
Well, I want to talk a little more about it because...
Wait, who are we punishing? The internet?
Nike,
Colin Kaepernick or Nike?
Nike. I think Nike. Because Nike, as people have pointed out, because they don't like America, you guys have probably seen this picture, but there's a shoe that's going around that someone photoshopped, I guess, it's a communist flag. Did you guys see this?
I didn't see this.
I have.
This sounds like a pair of shoes I would wear.
There's 2 big pairs of shoes coming.
Donald Trump Jr. retweeted it.
Yeah. Ooh. So they look like this, which, all things considered, the Soviet Union horrific atrocities occurred, but that flag is just,
those fucking tight color scheme on those shoes. I like that.
McDonald's colors, you got the hammer, you got the sickle, you got the Nike swoosh. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's Nike. I feel like Soviet chic should be Adidas.
Soviet chic is Adidas.
And those Blue Lives Matter shoe, that's is that New Balance?
There's a Blue Lives Matter shoe. I don't know.
That Blue Lives Matter shoe is just the wall punching shoe of choice.
I'm seeing a couple different shoes, so maybe this is just an ongoing. I mean, this design's on a lot of things.
Wow, that's a lot of prototypes.
And the flag was still there.
But yeah, so people were calling Nike communist, I guess, which is funny because they're one of the biggest corporations in the world, making giant profits off of the back of slave labor, basically. I mean, which, so did the USSR, but was different.
Do y'all remember when like this almost exact same thing happened last year?
Yeah, it's called Thought Cops. It's a weekly podcast we do where everything's terrible and we're unhappy. Yeah, what specifically are you talking about?
Last year, Nike put out an ad for their "Just Do It" slogan.
Yeah.
That obviously was
that a year ago?
I think it was.
Good God.
Oh God.
It was starring Colin Kaepernick.
How long have we been in this jail for, Kevin?
2.5 years.
That was. Oh man, do y'all know who H Bomber Guy is?
Yeah.
He did a video on woke brands, and this was one of the things he talked about.
Yeah,
where like the advertisement they made was like it was an inspiring shoe commercial that also said like, hey, police brutality is bad, but it was also something that was like a calculated move to be like, hey, we can get people really angry at us and get a bunch of positive press for ourselves.
Yeah,
and it seems like they're doing that exact same thing again.
Absolutely.
So if we're punishing anyone, I do want to punish Nike.
Yeah.
I mean, the stupid people who are angry at this, they're living their lives sounds like punishment enough.
Yeah, and I'm glad you bring that up because I always try and cover every facet of conversation for this, and that's definitely a big one. And I feel like we've gone from that point of view so much on the show where it's like, yeah, it's pretty understandable that people are making a shit ton of money off of outrage. Just from literally anything, because a typical commercial, a typical ad, everybody has blinders on, everybody has ad block. Nobody wants to, you just don't interact with it at all. So the ability to piss a bunch of people off from honestly any part of you'll get the reaction, you'll get the reaction of the reaction, and then you'll get the infighting between the reactors and the reactors to the reactors. And you'll just watch their stock prices climb, and it's very much like, don't think for a second that that Nike cares about racism, or else they would be doing a lot more for Asians and third world countries that are making their fucking shoes,
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I didn't mean to stampede that. I don't know if you had anything else
you were exactly right. I think you got all the points that I was trying to dig out across.
Yes, points. Ding, ding.
Good call.
Great. Now we got two people eating on mic. So yeah, let's. I will also say there's a couple of like the Anti-Defamation League, I guess, made a statement that was along the lines of like, this is not a racist image. The Betsy DeVos flag is not a racist. It's not a racist image in and of itself. Like it's not used in that way. It doesn't really have a history of it being that way. Like, sure, it existed during the time of slavery, but so did a lot of things.
So did King of the Hill, and that show rules.
So yeah, what do we punish Nike with for this one?
Just fucking be good. Like, stop being bad.
Be good.
Buy Adidas instead.
Buy Adidas instead.
Oh, I'm already wearing a pair now.
I usually am, but I'm not now.
Got it.
Interesting. That's too nice of a punishment. I feel like they shouldn't get away with it. I feel like I don't know.
I got a new one. Can we just how about every Nike executive has to go to one of those third world sweatshops where the shoes are made
and do some work?
No, they get their hands sewn to shoes, and then they have to parade around the village like freaks. And then that's their new life forever.
Shoe hands.
Yeah.
Do they have to walk on the shoes like they're horses?
Yeah. No, actually, their feet have to be in the air the entire time.
Oh, so they're upside down.
Yes.
I think you go blind from that.
Good.
From like being upside down for too long. Too much blood rushes to your eyes and you go blind.
Sounds a lot like that movie. Spoiler alert. Sorry to bother you.
They're walking on their hands and going blind.
If real Sorry to Bother You heads will know the reference. And everybody else will have the movie spoiled for them.
Well, thank you.
I know. Okay. I was trying to be contrarian, and I guess it worked.
I guess it did. Let's move on. I've been waiting so long to say this. Dalai Lama is cancelled.
Oh!
Do you guys believe this? I don't, but it's true.
You've been waiting since 1935 because you're a Chinese sympathizer. Is that correct?
That is correct. Hold on, so we cut this out while I read the article.
Totally.
No, he's talking about the silence.
You can have your podcast in China then.
So apparently, I don't know why this for some reason made the news now, but 4 years ago, in June of 2015, Dalai Lama said in an interview that if a female Dalai Lama comes, she should be more attractive, so people will want to see her face.
I think I did hear about that at the time. I think people just didn't care as much.
So
that was... Sorry, that's an ad. I was like, is someone's mic on? Yeah, you said people didn't care that much.
Now we do.
Yeah, that was pre-Donald Trump. So now everybody cares. That was pre-Thought Cops, 2015.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Different time.
He has, this week he apologized for it. He said he reaffirmed his belief that beauty matters just as much as brains.
Sexist.
Wait a second.
Oh,
that's the bad way. No, I'm sorry.
No, is this really a problem if he's negging himself?
Yeah, he's like, okay, so isn't he like, they believe he's like reincarnated? Like just think from his point of view. If he has to be a woman, would he want to be some fucking I'm going to say Oompa Loompa ass bitch? Like, no, you want to be sexy.
Yeah, you want to be beautiful. That's going to be him.
Yeah.
It's going to be him. He's like, I want to be beautiful. Who doesn't? He's just trying to reaffirm a positive self-image.
So there was a statement posted to the Dalai Lama's website, which was wordpress.dalailama.com. He said, His Holiness...
He doesn't use Tumblr.
Well, no one does now.
Yeah, he's like, there's no porn.
Off, so
His Holiness genuinely meant no offense. He is deeply sorry that people have been hurt by what he said and offers his sincere apologies. Yeah, thanks a lot for the thoughts and prayers, Dalai Lama.
I mean, it's kind of a sad state of affairs because I'm a fan of the Dalai Lama. I think he's a good guy, but
Lama head?
I'm a Lama head. If you know the entire history of his what do you call it when you like escape of his history as being a fugitive from the Chinese state, you know, you'll know how important it is for, you know, his religion to continue through him. And for a successor to be found, and for China's attempts to completely destroy all of those attempts, you know, there's a figure that's supposed to go and find the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama, and China abducted it. It was a child. They abducted the child, and they said, "Oh no, we have our own Panchen Lama or something." I don't know the words for any of this shit. Anderson Cooper just popped up on the desk. Great. It's like one of those old 2008, early 2000s Flash games. And so the guy has to constantly talk about his own death and his own reincarnation because he's constantly thinking about a successor. So it's like, just let him have his fun. He's like 90 years old.
Yeah,
China's been trying to kill him for 90 years. Just let him talk about beautiful women.
Yeah, okay, he's not woke, but they're trying to kill him.
I mean, there's so many people who just let their grandparents say the most racist shit. Just fucking let this guy's lived through so many fucking horrible things.
Yeah,
let him have his shitty, outdated opinions. Because honestly, if reincarnation is real, he will be reincarnated, but he's not going to be known as the Dalai Lama.
Probably not.
Like, this ends with it. It's like
Pretty
Avatar.
much, yeah.
Avatar is sad. Not Blue Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Oh,
he kind of looks like the Avatar. He's bald. He's wearing that.
Gee, I wonder if that was intentional. Anyway, Dalai Lama, sorry to have to do this to you, but
you're canceled.
You're gonna get punished on Thought Cops.
I think you should be.
You got to go by your real name, Gary Johnson. No, not that Gary Johnson. A different one.
That is the Dalai Lama's. No, it's like Tenzin something. No, I think he should reincarnate, but I think he should reincarnate into Peter Griffin.
Good God.
That's too cruel.
Yeah,
He's canceled.
Like, wow, my previous life fucking sucked.
You can't show him the good life.
Holy crap, this is Quahog?
Oh, so this is what sex is like.
I couldn't get I couldn't get a Pawtucket Patriot in real life. This is great.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna fight this giant Xi Jinping in the street.
All right, can we move on to something serious for a second here?
Yeah, go ahead. What possibly, out of the 3 stories on here, which one are you choosing next?
One second. Swig, cut this out. I have a
tension.
I have a really funny thing to say. Maybe. Okay. So take it from here. 4 words. GamerGirl Bath Water. That's right. The economy is going to be stimulated by GamerGirl Bath Water.
It's not the only thing that's going to be stimulated.
So, 19-year-old cosplayer and TikTok star Belle Delphine.
Wait, TikTok star?
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah.
Do you know the TikTok? Do you follow the TikTok?
I don't know what TikTok is.
It's like Vine, but like
how
even dumber.
I envy you in so many ways right
It's like
now.
some dumb Zoomer bullshit.
What the fuck is a Zoomer?
Good. You're so lucky, man. So she had a misleading Pornhub account where I guess she was trolling people into thinking it was weird fetishy stuff, and it wasn't. She never actually got naked or did porn or anything like that.
Yeah, people definitely don't jerk off to 19-year-olds that refuse to get naked. Nobody on Pornhub, the world's largest collection of pornography. Nobody. It's too weird a fetish.
A hive of scum and villainy
out there.
So she says, I am now selling my bath water for all of you thirsty gamer boys. It is $30 per jar, and it's just simply called GamerGirl Bath Water.
You know
so
what?
Here she is. You know, she's pretty cute.
So wait, do we hate her for this?
No.
Honestly, no. That's the thing. I think this is a real American story. This is the American dream. She is an entrepreneur.
Pulling yourself up by your bathing suit.
That's right.
That's fun. I like that.
You know what gamer boy bath water is? It's a
swamp ass.
It's a jar of with a My Little Pony figurine in it that you constantly come into, and then Justin Wang makes a video about it.
Oh, I want to fucking throw up.
Yeah. Thanks for doing the show, man.
So happy to be here, kind of.
From the internet.
So she may or may not be just passing it off as regular tap water. God, that would be a bummer, right,
Unheard
fellas?
of.
I mean, okay, if you spent $30 on a jar of water and you found out that it wasn't really GamerGirl water and you found out it was just tap water, I'd be pissed. I want my money back.
I would too, but also, like, what constitutes GamerGirl water? Like, could that be the ocean if you went swimming? I
want to know. I think judging from the picture here, I think it's just she's in a bathtub. So I want to say it's all brewed at home. And I want to know what game she plays, you know? I don't want to hear like Roblox and Minecraft. I want to hear some real gamer shit like No
Dead
More Heroes.
Like
Dead or
Rayman
Alive Beach
Legends
Volleyball.
on the Switch.
Or Rayman Legends on Switch.
Classic gamer game.
Check it out.
This episode of Thought Cops brought to you by Rayman Legends on the Switch. Go to RaymanLegendsOnTheSwitch.com and use promo code ThoughtCops to... I'm not committing.
You get a free jar of water with that too.
Free jar of water
from Grant's Tub.
Only if you spell it THOT cops.
No one's ever said that before. Yeah,
I feel like that should be a running gag where like every single person who comes on the show is like, "Has anyone ever told you that?" It's like sounds like Thought Cops.
That's a good idea for
getting. It is a funny joke. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like I'm being rude.
Hey, no, listen, I love that joke. I remember I said it on my podcast when we had you on.
Oh, that's right. Wait, yeah, that's check out that episode. Tearing
this is all part of the joke.
Yeah, I'm in on it. I'm not dumb or anything. But I am thirsty.
I would like to point out that all of these little jars of GamerGirl bathwater that she created, she sold out of them.
Wait, how much? Okay, so how much is in each
Holy
jar? Because that doesn't surprise me.
I mean,
people are desperate and have money.
You can see the size right here. It's sort of like a pint's worth of like a mason jar, sort of.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if anyone is mad at any part of this, be mad at capitalism. Like I am every fucking day.
This is so fucking funny, man.
I thought you would put up a thing of the GamerGirl Bath Water, but
I wish
it's just a bunch of.
skinny.
Think of how much water you could sell.
Well, yeah, there it is. There it is, folks. This is a great way to enter Gamer Pride Month.
That's right. The month of July is Gamer Pride Month, and I'm not going to let those fat cats at Outfront Prime Marketing tell me it isn't. And I'm not going to rest until they put that billboard back up either.
We got to. Yeah, this is an assault on all sides, and people laugh at me when I say that gamers have rights too, but they took down the poster, and now I don't have all my Pokemon, and now they're selling GamerGirl Bath Water for $30 per jar. That's a 300% markup from what I usually pay for GamerGirl Bath Water.
So
I got nothing else.
I got a punishment.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you do.
All you
She's
thirsty.
into that, too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's like a daddy down little girl kind of cornball. So honestly, yeah, like
All you thirsty gamer boys out there, you get a jar from my tub on mistake. Let's just say the shipping gets fucked up, and you get a jar of my bath water.
Oh, so instead of GamerGirl Bath Water, it's GamerBoy Ass Water.
Yes. It's called Swamp Ass.
And that means that you're gay now.
I'm doing the math here, and I'm not putting it together.
No, not you. I mean, like, so someone goes online and they go to this girl's website and they order GamerGirl Bath Water, but instead of that coming in the mail, they get Gamer Boy Bath Water.
This is completely non-sexual.
Meaning that they're gay now.
This
no, because they wanted it to be from a woman.
It doesn't matter. This is sex has nothing to do with this.
But they're gay now. That has nothing to do with
this. I'm going to disagree. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Disagree
this is
with
not.
who?
It's not sexual.
It's not.
Let's just say.
Oh yeah, there's nothing sexual about. Here, fucking buy this $30 jar of water that my ass and pussy was in. Nothing sexual about it.
Nope.
Well, there's nothing that can like change someone's sexuality, and I mean that like in general.
Point of Thought Cops. None of this makes sense.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drink a potion to.
I broke the fourth wall too hard with that one.
If it is called Swamp Ass, you could get a sweet like ad deal with Shrek. I'm sure he's not doing anything right now.
Oh God, that's even worse.
You're supposed to reboot that franchise. I'm just going to say I'm going to get on the ground floor of that one. Anyway,
I hope that I really hope that Shrek bathwater becomes a thing.
I mean, you could for a little while you could buy that Shrek eau de toilette. So you buy that Shrek toilet water, which is better.
I hate this existence.
Key to the City. This is a part of the show where we like to acknowledge something positive in the world. We like to give the key to the city, the key to Neo Chicago, to something good we saw this week. Grant, you go first. You got a good one.
Why do I have to go first? I don't want this. My key to the city this week goes to the fans. The fans, everybody. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck the fans, though. Mouth breathing moron idiot dullards that
my key to the city this week goes to Commissioner Zwick.
Yeah,
because he, we have these intense demands for him to produce our podcast well, and we set the bar and he hits the bar. So he knocks the bar over. He takes the bar. He goes into the bar. He orders a daddy soda from that bar.
At Dude20 on social media.
If you're not following him, what are you doing listening to this podcast?
Yeah.
Go follow Zwick. What are you doing?
Oh, hey, Martin. Speaking of Zwick, look what he just made us.
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
Thoughts Cops. He put that in that post of me being a centrist in a bikini.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'd wear that on a shirt. When are you making those?
Cops.
Yeah, we should do that.
We should do
just make one for me. I like limited merch.
But it's opportunity, man. We should do like a fucking let's. I gotta have my hedges, man. I can't think without my hedges. Because as soon as I stop talking, someone else is gonna start talking. I don't want that. I don't like that.
Please stop talking.
I want to keep talking. Me. We should do like a ladies shirt, like a little Thought Cops ladies shirt. You know, one of them ladies tanks.
For the names, yeah, or just anybody. You know, I would wear it. I would wear a Thought Cops hat, shirt, and a mug. You can get it all at teespring.com / a bunch of numbers. Anyway,
Martin, do you want to go?
I guess, yeah. My key to the city this week goes to the Twitter account Joe Kescold. I brought this up on the show before. But Joe Kescold is a really, really funny account because he parodies a lot of the overly cautious side of the internet, but he also trolls a lot of the angry side of the internet at the same time. He makes some friends on there, you could say. Also, part of the fun is following him and it's this character Joe Kescold basically, and he just like thirst replies to like all these women's selfies and stuff. It's so funny. But yeah, it's like my favorite account on Twitter right now.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, Martin, did you have anything positive? I know it's a lot of negativity here. Let's bring some positive notes to the show for once.
Well, this isn't specifically from this week, but I've always been a huge fan of Masahiro Sakurai, and I would love to give him a key to the city.
Hell yes.
I was... when I was watching the recent Nintendo like E3, this is almost a month ago already. Fuck. I
know, right?
I was at work in the back because like I was in the middle of my shift, and then the video popped up for that reveal for the new character. Mm-hmm. And at first it was very confusing because it was the one before when they introduced King K. Rool. And then the way my coworker tells me, it's like I'm in the back, and then they hear me yell, "Is that a fucking Jiggy?" And then when they came to check on me, I was crying.
It was honestly like one of the most beautiful moments of the last 10 years of my life.
Banjo looks great. Masahiro Sakurai always puts a lot of like really good. Like I love Kirby. Kid Icarus Uprising is like the best. It's one of my favorite games on 3DS.
I agree.
Fucking hope they bring in everything to Switch. Bring that.
Yes.
Fucking do something with it.
100%.
Yeah. Good job, Masahiro Sakurai.
And he's a great looking guy too. That guy doesn't look an age over 22.
He doesn't. He looks exactly the same as when he was 22.
Somehow, despite the overworking.
Niko, did you have a key to the city since you're going to be speaking up?
Key to the city goes to...
Sorry I asked.
That like one Joker Twitter.
Joker's trick.
Joker's trick. You should look that up. It's really funny. Not gonna spoil it for you, but it's a good Twitter.
Hell yeah. Anyway, actually got one more thing here. Grant, what's this Thought Cops word of the week this week?
I don't have a word of the week.
I think I see a letter there.
I wrote the letter F as a space holder because sometimes if you backspace all the way, then the next word next to it becomes bold, just like the segment becomes. And I don't want to like click and then type a word and then highlight it and then unbold the word for later. So I just did that as a placeholder. So it's just the letter F. It's kind of a metaphor for this moment right now, the letter F.
Oh, I'm paying my respects for this moment.
See, that's what I thought it was. I was playing dumb. I wanted Grant to say...
No, it's just...
Good God.
I thought this was the #1 gamer podcast. What happened?
We're falling down the charts. We're at least number 6 at this point. Oh. Anyway, before we get to the voicemails, Martin... Where can we find you online, and where can we find Podzooky?
Where can we find your Gamer Boy Bath Water online?
Yes.
So you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Weird Thrift Shop Finds. I like going thrifting a lot, and every day I just post weird, fun stuff on.
That is a great account, by the way.
Well, thank you.
I saw the post you put up today about the Mario and Luigi dolls suffocating in a plastic bag, 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah. It's always fun and dumb, and you find a lot of weird shit in thrift shops. So follow that if you like looking at weird shit. I'm on Twitter at Martin Felshman. It's just my name. You can misspell it. It's fine.
I will link to it in the description below.
Well, thank you. And again, you can find Podzooky either on iTunes or Machine Culture. And I did look up the episode that we had you on, and it was Varen the Unbelievable, and it was unbelievable how fucking bad that movie was.
Indeed. But it was a fun time doing the show. It
was a great time.
The
it was
kaiju
so good
movies
hanging
may
out.
stink, but the conversation that follows is a pleasure.
If I can say, there are 2 kaiju movies that I have like genuinely enjoyed and been like, hey, these are good movies that I think everyone should check out.
Is it Medea's Family Reunion? Is that one of them?
Well, that's like a close third.
Okay.
Number 1, I would say, is the original Godzilla, because that was a movie that had like a point to it.
Yeah.
And every film after it is... It remembers that Godzilla is supposed to...
But no, I totally agree with that.
And then Shin Godzilla.
I was going to say that's a great one.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about that, and I would like to watch it.
We should do that for Fire Bros.
Okay.
I'll watch it too. I want to see it. It has, I think, Hideaki Anno directed it.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah. I want to watch that.
That's the guy who directed Evangelion, right? Because I've never seen it, but I've heard good things.
You should. It's on Netflix now, but they censored my ship. They made them straight, which is horrible.
We talked about this last week. Enough.
Yeah,
we're retreading.
My Pocky sticks are unbroken. God damn it!
I'm not over it.
And so is your resolve.
And if you're in Chicago, make sure to go to the Gallery Cabaret every Thursday night to get a cupcake from Martin and a great show following.
Thank you for plugging the thing I forgot to plug.
I was like, where can we find you?
I definitely have to go now.
Yeah, please do. Oh, wait, can I plug one more thing?
Go for it, yeah.
I also run a show with Brandon Kirkman and Liz Getty and JB Carbone and Mitch Camiopelia and Aaron Popper.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's called Slide Into Your DMs, and it's a Dungeons & Dragon themed comedy show. It's Dungeons & Dragons themed very loosely. It's very much fantasy and just weird pop culture shit.
Didn't you guys have some C2E2 thing this year?
Did we?
Or was that something else?
I think that was something else.
So we cut that.
Oh, but it's always a fun show, and the place we have it at, Bonus Round Game Cafe, it's honestly the nicest board game cafe I've ever been in. They've got like 200 different games you can play. The staff there is incredibly friendly. The food is really good. The drinks are great. I recommend that place up and down. So Bonus Round Game Cafe, check out Slide Into Your DMs if you want to see us look very uncomfortable.
I do.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, let's get to those voicemails. If you want to leave your own, you can do so at 312-788-7361 or thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Attach an audio file.
Hey, Thought Cops, it's Brandon Kirkman calling with your 2 minutes of hate. Facebook is having issues today, and everybody's like, oh, I guess I'll have to go to Twitter today. I want to be like, bitch, Twitter's too good for you. Twitter's high tier, Facebook's low tier, everyone knows. Stop complaining, give it 5 minutes, you piece of shit. Also, Martin, I know you're on this podcast. What are you doing? You should be on Podzooky. Consider yourself nixed. You're done for. You're done for. Also, I'm calling from my bathroom again, so what up? Flush it down, boys.
We can hear the reverb. God damn it. How dare you flush a toilet on our podcast, sir?
This isn't Man Cow.
Not yet.
Thank God it's not.
Wow.
That's
scandal. Outrage.
That's who I'll be the next time we have a celebrity guest host, like when we had John Mulaney on.
That was so crazy.
I'm going to be Man Cow next. Nobody's even going to remember the reference. So you're like, what the fuck?
Zoomers don't know who that is.
Zoomers BTFO.
And we'll move to the next one here.
Hey, Thought Cops, IoNetRunner here, and this week my 2 minutes of hate is when I order something and they don't put the fucking tracking code in the email. So I use like this program that tracks all my packages that I'm getting, but like I have to either forward the email with the tracking number to a certain email address or punch it in myself. And 90% of the time, the email doesn't even have the tracking code. It's like, oh, click here to get your tracking code. And when it does have the tracking code in the email, it's a link. So I can't even like highlight and copy it because it's just like, oh, do you want to open this in a new tab or a new window? Or like, what do you want to do? Talking about mobile, of course, because who the fuck uses desktops anymore? Am I right? I just want to copy the fucking number to punch into my stupid website. PackageTracker.com, of course. Anyway, When I buy stuff, people should be forced to drive it to my house personally. Thanks, guys. Bye.
You're welcome.
Use promo code ThoughtCops to save 5 seconds or less on packagetracker.com.
Is this kind of app necessary? Like, how much are you ordering online? Maybe you shouldn't order so much online.
Unless they're t-shirts from teespring.com/583-6832.
I feel like we've come full circle because I used to hate when I would read the iTunes URL.
Yeah, fuck, man. I became you and you became me. How Freaky Friday is that?
Pretty freaky.
Which one do we use? Lindsay Lohan.
Who was the other one?
I'm the...
Was that Jamie Lee Curtis?
You're definitely Jamie Lee Curtis.
Because I'm older? Is that why? By a year?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to 12-year-old boy.
Ooh, they're already shooting fireworks off outside.
You know what's... Fuck cops. You know what's really fucking annoying but also funny? Europeans on the internet who get really butthurt about, like, us God-given, like, amazing Americans, like, dunking on them for thinking, like, 20 degrees Celsius, aka, like, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, is really hot. They're like, people are dying of
Who is this?
Heavy. It is a serious business. It's like, okay, one, I'm not even going to go into, like, if that's hot or not. It's not. But, like, you always shit on us for having shit health care and having to pay $1,000 for a hospital ride or getting shot up in mass shootings. We can fucking make fun of you because you think 70 degrees is, like, stroke weather. And also, you're the reason why racism exists and why the world sucks and America is better than Europe. America #1, Europe stinky shithole. Go to hell, Europe whores.
No, that's a beautiful message for the 4th of July.
It truly is. I don't know if you intended that or not, but...
No, I literally saw some butthurt European being like, oh, people are dying in the street. Americans, we are dying. And it's like, please sink into the ocean. We're better than you.
What's that? Venice is supposed to sink into the ocean. That was a Venetian accent, by the way, right?
That was a French accent.
That was your Italian. Oh, okay.
Oh, that was?
No, I got confused because you just said European, so I figured that was your Italian accent.
I thought it was Russian.
No, that's what I was talking about.
Is Russia Europe or is it Asia?
They're Asia.
No, they're
Russians
not.
are Asians?
No, they're not.
No, they're Asian.
They're Eurasian.
I'm not Asian.
No, you're Asian.
The Russians are Asian.
Who's on first?
Apparently a Frenchman.
I stand by what I said. It's true.
Hey, Hot Cops, it's Spaghetti here.
Hey, Spaghetti.
I would like to give a key to the city this week. My key to the city this week, and for every other week after this one, goes to the late and truly great Alan Foster, the man whose work meant more than the world to me and a lot of people. We will miss him. Man, there's just not a lot I can say about it, and I probably just made this whole voicemail segment sad as shit, so I'm
man.
gonna go now, but you know what? Man, I miss him, dude. Grant, how'd you get your calves like that? And Kevin, your last name's funny.
Thanks, Spaghetti.
Thank you, Spaghetti. Very sweet words.
All right, so I guess that about does it. Key to the city goes to Alan, as with every week for forever. Yeah.
Martin, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah,
hey,
thanks
thank you so much for having me on.
Come back on anytime. We just sit around this room and we do nothing. We talk about things we don't like.
Check out Podzooky. Don't forget.
Yes.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.